Very good afternoon. In this video, I am explaining about Pandas. Pandas is one of the Python library. It is used to analyze the data. Coming to Pandas tutorial, first we know about Pandas introduction. Pandas tutorial. Pandas is a Python library. Pandas is used to analyze data. So Pandas is one of the Python library. It is used to analyze the data. Learning by reading. We have created 14 tutorial pages for you to learn more about pandas. So we completely know about pandas by following these 14 tutorial pages, starting with basic introduction and ends up with cleaning and plotting data. If we want to learn anything, first we know about introduction. Without knowing any introduction, we confuse about the things in the uh, middle of the information. So first we learn introduction for anything. What is the aim and why is it used? These are all the explained in the introduction. So here we say here we are seeing three flowcharts. First one is basic and cleaning data and advanced. In basic, we learn about introduction, how to getting started, Pandas series, data frames, read CSV, read JSON, and analyze data. In cleaning data, we clean the data, clean empty cells, clean wrong format, clean wrong data, remove duplicates. In advanced, correlations and plotting. Learning by reading and learning by exercises. First, load a CSV files into a Pandas data frame. So, data frame means a structure of data. It is represented in table format with rows and columns. So, first we import Pandas and we give alias name as PD. For reading CSV files, the command is for reading CSV files into a Pandas data frame. The syntax is df equal to pd dot read underscore csv of data dot csv. By using this syntax, we created a data frame for CSV file. So if we want to see uh, the data frame of CSV file in Pandas, we must print it. So for this, we use command print of df dot toString. By using it, we see the data frame of CSV file. We check the answers. Yes, this is the output of the CSV file. Duration, pulse, maximum pulse, calories. Learning by exercises. By doing exercises in between learning, we must proficient in pandas. So that name pandas is a short for one of the following. So the correct answer is panel data. This is the correct answer. In next, pandas introduction. So first we learn what is pandas. So we use WH rule to learn anything properly. So first one is what is. What is pandas? Pandas is a Python library used for working with data sets. So it is used for working with data sets. It has functions for analyzing, cleaning, exploring, and manipulating data. So pandas has functions for cleaning the data, analyzing the data, exploring, and manipulating the data. The name Pandas has a reference to both panel data and Python data analysis and was created by Wes Msikne in 2008. So, the reference of the Panda is a reference to both panel data and Python data analysis. Why use pandas? There is use for everything in the universe. So likewise, pandas has a use. Why is it used? Let us see. Pandas allows us to analyze big data and make conclusions based on statistical theories. Allows us to analyze big data. So it allows us to analyze big data and make conclusions based on statistical theories. Pandas allows us to analyze big data and make conclusions based on statistical theories. It is also using statistics. Pandas can clean messy data sets. So, pandas can clean messy data sets and make them readable and relevant. Relevant data is very important in data science. So, it is related to data science. The relevant data is used very used for is very important in data science. Data science. What is data science? We learn many for anything. That's only we learn all the topics. So data science. Data science is a branch of computer science. Data science is a branch of computer science where we study how to store, use, and analyze data for deriving information from it. So data science is a branch of computer science where we study how to store, use, and analyze the data for deriving information from it. What can pandas do? So what can pandas do? Pandas give you Pandas gives you answers about the data. Like Pandas gives you answers about the data. Like is there a correlation between two or more columns? Like a correlation exists between two columns or more columns. So it gives whether it is correlation or exist or not between two or more columns. What is average value? What is maximum value? What is minimum value? To know all these things, we use pandas. Pandas are also able to delete Pandas are also able to delete rows that are not relevant. Pandas is able to delete rows that are not relevant. So it deletes not relevant rows. It keeps only relevant rows. Or contains wrong values like empty or null values. This is called cleaning the data. So Panda is also used the cleaning the data for wrong values, empty and null values. Where is the Pandas code base? The source code for Pandas is located at this GitHub repository. By clicking on this GitHub repository, we see the source code for Pandas. GitHub enables many people to work on the same code base. GitHub enables many people to work on the same code base. The name Pandas is short for one of the following. So panel data. Cut answer is Pandas is the short one for the panel data. Pandas getting started. So how to get the Pandas? First install the Pandas. Installation of Pandas. We follow some steps to install the Panda. If you have Python and pip already installed on a system, then installation of Pandas is very easy. So first we have Python and pip. We must install on our system. Then only the Pandas installation is very easy. This is the command to install the pip. Import pandas. Once pandas is installed, import it in your application by adding the import keyword. So every time we use import keyword for importing the pandas. So we also give alias name as PD. Every time there is a time waste to write complete spelling for the pandas. So we use alias name as import pandas as PD. That's why instead of pandas, we use PD. Here, one data set is there. First, we import pandas. my data set. The data in this data set is cars. There are different company cars. There are BMW, Volvo, Ford, and passings are there. The passings are BMW for 3, 7 for Volvo, 2 for Ford. We create data frame for this data set. So we given data frame name as my variable. My var equal to pandas dot data frame of my data set. So by doing this syntax, we created a data frame for the my data set. Next, if we want to see the my variable data frame, print up my variable, print up my var. So by clicking on this, we see the data frame for my data set. In this, indexes are 0, 1, 2. Indexes defaultly starts from 0. In this, the cars and passings are the two column names. Under the heading of cars, BMW, Volvo, Ford. Passings 372. This is the creation of data frame for my data set. This is already I explained. Pandas as PD. So we use alias name for pandas as PD. The remaining thing is all the same. Instead of pandas, we use PD. Checking pandas version. If we want to check the pandas version, we use uh, the version string is stored under version attribute. Import pandas as PD, print of PD dot version. By writing this, we check the pandas version. Which version? So in my laptop, the pandas version is 1.0.3. Pandas series. So it is also one of the important topic in pandas. Panda series. What is a series? A panda series is like a column in a table. So panda series is like a column in a table. In table we have different columns. So that's why uh, in this the column is one of the say, Pandas series. It is a one-dimensional array holding data of any type. It is only one-dimensional. It stores only one type one type of data. Here we see the example for Pandas series. Create a simple Pandas series from a list. From list contains values. Here the name of the list is here. It contains values 172. They are enclosed in the square bracket and separated with the comma. So for this creating series, we write code. Import first we write import pandas as PD. Later a equal to this is the list a equal to 1 comma 7 comma 2. For we creating series for this list. The list name is my variable and the series name is my variable. My variable equal to pd dot series of a. Print of my variable. So by printing this, we see the series. The indexes are 0, 1, 2 and the values in the index are 1, comma 7, comma 2. Data type is integer 64. That means it is a integer data type. Labels. If nothing else is specified, the values are labeled with their index number. If nothing is specified, the values are labeled with the index number. First value as index 0, second value as index 1, etc. This is default index given in the pandas series. So this label can be used to access a specified value. If we want to access specific value, we use this index. Return the first value of the series. So for this we use index 0. So printing the first value in the series, we use print of my variable of 0. So by printing this, we get the value in the index 0. The value is 1. create labels. With the index argument, you can name your own labels. So by using index argument, we can give in the labels as per our wish. For this, import pandas as PD. So in list is a equal to 1 comma 7 comma 2. My variable equal to PD dot series of A. So it prints the series for the list A. So for giving index names, we use index argument. So the names of the indexes are index equal to x comma y comma z. So we see the series. We must print the series. Print of my variable is used to print the series. So the indexes are x comma y comma z. The values in the first index for 1, next y for 7, and for z 2. The data type is integer 64. When you have created a labels, you can access an item by referring to the label. Likewise, by giving the index number, also we give the label number, we access the value present in the series. So for this, we use this code. Return the value of the y. The value in the label y is printed. Print of my variable of y. I think it is 7. Key or value object as a series. Key or values object as a series. You can also use a key or value object like a dictionary. Dictionary is one of the data type in Python. Here we use dictionary when creating a series. In above example, we use list to create a series. Here we use dictionary. Dictionary as key and value object. By key and value, we create series. By using key and value, we create dictionary. By using dictionary, here we creating series. For this, first create a simple pandas series from a dictionary. Here we creating pandas series from a dictionary. For import pandas as PD. First, we must import the pandas. The alias name is PD. So dictionary name is calories. The keys are day 1, day 2, day 3. The values in the keys are 420, 380, 390. So here we creating series for the dictionary. My variable equal to pd dot series of calories. My variable equal to pd dot series of calories. We see the series for the dictionary calories. We use print statement. Print of my variable. By writing this, we get the series for the dictionary calories. In day 1, day 2, day 3, these are the keys in the dictionary. The values are 420, 380, 390. The keys of the dictionaries become the label. In above example, also we use the labels. Here also, the day 1, day 2, and day 3 are acts as a labels and indexes. To select only some of the items in the dictionary, use the index argument. To access the items in the dictionary, we use index argument and specify only the items you want to include. We must specify the items what are we want in the series. For this, here we create a series using only data from day 1 and day 2. For creating series, the day 1 and day 2 data, first we import pandas. Import pandas as PD. The dictionary is calories equal to day 1 420, day 2 380, day 3 390. So the panda series is my variable. To access the day 1 day 2 values, we write code like this. My variable equal to PD dot series of calories comma index equal to day 1 comma day 2. By writing this, we got the values in the day 1 and day 2 index. Print of my variable. So the values in the day 1 and day 2 are 393 day 420 and 380. Data frame. Data sets is Datasets in Pandas are usually multi-dimensional tables. In Pandas, the datasets are multi-dimensional tables called data frames. Series is like a column. Series is like a column. A data frame is the whole table. If we want to the whole table, we must create data frame. So series, if we want to only one column, we create series. Create a data frame from two series. Here we use two series for creating data frame. For this, first we import pandas as PD. Here we imported pandas. For this, data equal to calories 420, 380, 390. Duration equal to 50, 40, 45. Calories and duration are two different series. For we creating data frame for these series. My variable equal to pd dot data frame of data. My variable equal to pd dot data frame of data. Print of my variable. So by writing this, we got the data frame for two series. 0, 1, 2 are indexes. The first series is calories and second series is duration. This is about creating data frame from two series. True or false? Here is one exercise question. A series is like a row in a table. No, a series is like a column in a table. So the given statement is false. We go to the next chapter. Pandas data frames. What is data frame? What is data frame? A pandas data frame is a two-dimensional data structure. So here, previous chapter we see Pandas series. Pandas is a one-dimensional data structure. But here Pandas data frame is a two-dimensional data structure. It acts like a table, like a two-dimensional array or a table with rows and columns. It is like a table with rows and columns. Create a simple Pandas data frame. Here we are creating simple Pandas data frame. For this, first we imported Pandas as PD. Import Pandas as PD. There are two-dimensional data structure data. The columns are calories equal to 420, 380, 390. Duration is 50, 40, 45. So here is a one 2 minute here. One is a two-dimensional data structure is present. For this, from this we create one data frame. So for creating data frame, the syntax is like this: df equal to pd dot data frame of data. Df equal to pd dot data frame of data. Print of df. So we got the result like this: 0, 1, 2 calories and durations are two column. It is the data frame for the data. Locate row. Here we located the row. As you can see from the result above, the data frame is like a table with rows and columns. From the above, the data frame is like a table with rows and columns. Pandas use the LOC attribute to return one or more specified rows. Pandas uses the LOC attribute to return one or more specified rows or row. Return row 0. By using location argument, we retrieve the data in the data frame. Refer to the row index. Print of def dot location of 0. The default is the location starts from 0. So here we got the information in the location 0. So I think fourth one we get the first two location and information in this calories are 420, duration is 50. This is about locate row. This example returns a pandas series. So By using location, we return the Pandas series from the data frame. Return row 0 and row 1. We attribute we retrieve two location values at a time. It is also a data frame. The result is also a data frame. Here is giving when using square bracket, the result is a Pandas data frame. Printf df dot location of 0, 1. By executing this, we got the result like this. Named indexes. With the index argument, you can name your own indexes. By using index argument, you can name your own indexes. Add a list of names to give each row a name. Add a list of names to give each row a name. For giving name to each row, we add list of names. Import pandas as PD. We imported pandas as PD. Data equal to calories 420, 380, 390. These are located in square bracket. Duration equal to 50, 40, 45. For creating data frame, we have syntax. Df equal to pd dot data frame of data, index equal to day 1, day 2, day 3. For this, we given indexes here. So the indexes are day 1, day 2, day 3 instead of 0, 1, 2. Print of df. We got the result like this. Locate named index. For locating named index, we use the LOC like above. Use the named index in the LOC attribute to return the specified rows. Refer to the named index. Print of df dot location of day 2. We got the result in the location day 2. The result is calories duration 380, 40. Load files into a data frame. If your data sets are stored in a file, if our data sets are stored in a file, pandas can load them into a data frame. For storing the files into a data frame, we use pandas to create data frame for any file. Load a comma separated while list like CSV. The full form of CSV files is comma separated files into a data frame. First this we import pandas as PD. We read the CSV file. df equal we read the CSV file to create data frame. For this the syntax is df equal to pd dot read underscore CSV of data dot CSV. Print of df. You will learn more about importing file in the next two chapters. So this is the data frame created for CSV file. True or false? A data frame is like a table with rows and columns. Yes, a data frame is like a table with rows and columns. Pandas read CSV. Read CSV files. We read CSV files into data frame, JSON files into data frames, series lists into data frames, dictionaries into data frames. By using these all data types, we convert them into data frames. We use pandas for that. Read CSV file. A simple way to store big data sets is to use CSV files. By using CSV files, we store the big data sets. CSV files contains plain text. CSV files contains plain text and is a well-known format that can be read by everyone. CSV files is a well-known format for understanding everyone, including pandas. In our example, we will be using a CSV file called data.csv. We use data.csv, a CSV file. Load the CSV file into a data frame. For loading CSV files into a data frame, we use the syntax like this. We use code like this. Import pandas as PD, df equal to pd dot read CSV of data dot CSV. Print of df dot toString. ToString is used to print the entire data frame. Without toString, we cannot print the entire data frame. Some data is missing. So for printing the entire data, we use toString method. Maximum rows. The number of rows returned is defined in Pandas option settings. So for return uh, number of rows, we use Pandas option settings. Pandas define option settings are defined. You can check your system maximum rows with the pd.options or display.maximum row statement. By using this uh, command, we print the maximum rows in the uh, system. Check the number of maximum return rows. Import pandas as pd, print of pd.options.display.maximum rows. So by executing this, we got the uh, result 60. So it is the maximum number of rows returned in our system. In my system, the number is 60, which means that if the data frame contains more than 60 rows, the printf df statement will return only the header and their first and last source. So if the data is more than 60, it print only first 5 and maximum 5 rows. You can change the maximum rows numbers with the same statement. If we want to change the maximum number of rows, we modify the code. Import pan increase the maximum number of rows to display the entire data frame. For displaying entire data frame, we increase the maximum number of rows. For this, the code is import pandas as pd.options.display pd.options.display.maximum rows equal to 9999. So df equal to pd.read as csv of data.csv. Print of df. So by executing this, we got the entire rows. So if we have more than 60 rows, the system default has more 60 maximum rows. For increasing maximum rows, we modify the code. CSV is a short for comma separated values. The third one is the right answer. Next, we go to the next chapter. Pandas reads JSON. In before chapter, we read CSV files into data frames. Here we read JSON files. That means we created data frame by using JSON file. The same is now everything is same except JSON. So read JSON. Big data sets are often stored or extracted as JSON. Big data sets are often stored or extracted as JSON. JSON is a plain text like CSV. JSON is also a plain text, but as the format of an object. Here it has the format of an object and is well known in the world of programming. It is uh, well known in programming language including pandas. In our examples, we will be using a JSON file called data.json. Load the JSON file into a data frame. We created JSON file into a data frame. Import pandas as PD. Here we import pandas as PD. df equal to pd.read JSON of data.json. Here we created data frame for JSON file. So for printing the print of df.toString. Here toString is used to print the entire data frame. We already discussed it in the previous chapter. So dictionary as JSON. JSON equal to Python dictionary. JSON objects have the same format as Python dictionaries. JSON objects have the same format as Python dictionaries. If your JSON code is not in a file, if your JSON code is not in a file but in a Python dictionary, you can load it into a data frame directly. Yes, we created data frame for the dictionaries in the previous chapter. So import pandas as PD. Data is data. Here it is a dictionary. It has both keys and values. It is located in curly bracket. By observing these sets, with this indication, we say that it is a uh, dictionary. We created dictionary. So import pandas as PD. Here the data is given here. We read we created data frame. Data frame equal to PD dot data frame of data. We printed print of DF. Last one is pandas analyzing data. Pandas analyzing data frames. Viewing the data. One of the most used method for getting a quick view overview of data frame is the head method. So uh, one of the most used method for getting a quick overview of the data frame is the header method. The header method returns the headers and a specified number of rows starting from the top. By using this head method, we got the number of rows from the starting of the data frame and along with the headers. So by observing one example, we easily understand it. Here example is get a quick overview by printing the first 10 rows of the data frame. Import pandas as PD. TF equal to PD dot read CSV of data dot CSV. Here we created data frame for CSV file. We want to print first 10 rows. So for this print of TF dot head of 10. So by executing this code, we got the first 10 rows along with the headers. So we use head method. In our examples, we will be using a CSV file called data.csv. Note, if the number of rows is not specified, the head method will return the top 5 rows. If we not specify number of rows, the system defaultly gives uh, the head method, not system, the head method defaultly gives top 5 rows. Here we here we not given any number in the head method. So defaultly it gives up to 5 rows. So here we see starting from 0 by calculating this, we got 5 rows along with headers. There is also a trial method. Like a head method, also a trial method for viewing the last rows of the data frame. The tail method returns the headers and a specified number of rows starting from the bottom. It is also gives a headers like a head method, but the number of rows are starting from the bottom. In the head method, the number of starting rows from start top. So print the last 5 rows of the data. It is also gives default last 5 rows. Print of df dot trail. Defaultly it gives headers and last 5 rows from bottom. Info about the data. The data frame so object has a method called info that gives you more information about the data. It gives the more information about the data. If we want more information, we use info method. Print of df dot info. We got the complete information about the data. Here result is explained. Null values. The info method also tells us how many non-null values they are present in each column, and in our data set, it seems like there are 160 of 160 non-null values in the calories column, which means that there are 5 rows with no value at all in the calories column for whatever reason. Empty values or null values can be bad when analyzing data, and you should consider removing rows with empty value. This is a step towards what is called cleaning data, and you will learn more about that in the next chapters. What is the correct syntax for printing the first 10 rows of a data frame? So for this, for print of df dot head is the correct statement. So I think first part is closed in pandas. We see the remaining two in later classes. Thank you.